Welcome back to Signs and Wonders, guys. In this video, we are going to go over all the end time signs, prophecy news, and strange things that are happening all around the world for this month of March 2024. Also, don't forget to keep your ears open for the scripture of the day, and if you can name the verses, let me know via the comment section. If you are correct, I will pin your comment to the top of the list, and at the end of the month, I'll take all the pinned comments and enter them into a draw to win an Amazon gift card. Storms have been getting more intense and way more frequent these days, so we start today's video off with some extreme weather events. Severe storm system spawns tornadoes in Alabama and Georgia, United States. A powerful storm system has been wreaking havoc across the Gulf Coast for several days, spawning a series of tornadoes and causing significant flash flooding across the southeast. The tornado activity was concentrated in southern Alabama and Georgia, impacting rural communities. In southern Georgia, the National Weather Service issued a tornado warning near Cogdell on Saturday afternoon. Coffee County emergency managers also reported a tornado touchdown west of Brixton earlier that day, which resulted in severe roof damage. Meanwhile, in Wardbridge, Alabama, radar confirmed a tornado signature as spotters reported trees downed early Saturday morning. Fortunately, there are no injuries reported as of yet. Additionally, in a rural area of Nahunta, Bronte County, Georgia, at least one mobile home was destroyed and several others damaged after a tornado swept through the area on Saturday afternoon. The event resulted in at least 15 people displaced and 500 without power. The storm system also brought torrential rains to South Carolina, leading to flash flooding warnings in Charleston. The combination of heavy rains delivering nearly 2 inches in only 3 hours and high tides resulted in widespread flooding. There will be great earthquakes and in various places famines and pestilences, and there will be terrors and great signs from heaven. Torrential rains in West Sumatra caused destructive landslides, fatal floods, Indonesia. Heavy rains affecting West Sumatra since Thursday, March 7, 2024, caused destructive floods and landslides. 21 people lost their lives and 6 others are still missing. On Friday, March 8th, a large landslide sent tons of mud and debris down a mountain and into a river, which then burst its banks and ravaged several mountainside villages in the Pasir Selatan district of West Sumatra province. By Saturday, rescue options had managed to recover 7 bodies from the most severely affected village of Kato Tusaran, with an additional 3 bodies found in 2 adjacent villages. The floods and landslides affected up to 37,265 houses across West Sumatra, with a very eerie number of 666 of them sustaining damage, 3 completely washed away, and extensive damage to infrastructure. This includes 26 bridges and 2 irrigation units that were damaged, significantly disrupting local transport and agriculture. Additionally, 45 worship places and 25 schools were completely submerged in water. Send your neighbor to prison for, quote, wrong speak and get $2,000 from taxpayers in the state of Washington. Just when you thought the left couldn't get any more wacky, a bill has moved through the Washington State Senate and House and is headed for Governor Jay Inslee's desk. Now, since he's an extreme leftist with no respect for others, Inslee is expected to sign this bill, thus creating a statute that violates at least 5 constitutional rights. Y'all ready for this? Senate Bill 5427, after it is signed into law, would allow individuals, note this is not limited to only American citizens, to, quote, report bias incidents to the state attorney general's office, with the possibility of receiving up to $2,000 of taxpayers' money for this non-criminal incident. Okay, picture this. The local sheriff's deputy shows up at your home to question you about a, quote, bias incident you allegedly committed. The statute prohibits him from telling you who actually reported you. So you stand there with a dumb look on your face because you honestly don't have a clue what he's talking about. He's actually not allowed to answer any question that may give away who this, quote, Karen is. Since Karen did not scream at you, bias incident, at the time you, quote, wrong spoke, you have no idea when, where, who, what, why, or how. You have no way to defend yourself. Your name goes on the state's bias incident list and remains there for the rest of your life. The bill was very clear. This is a non-crime which they will then forward to local law enforcement to investigate. What's to investigate though? No crime, no investigation. Now, the progressives and Marxists who sponsored this bill say it's intended to help victims of hate crimes before a crime even happens. But in reality, Bill SB 5427 would create a tattletale hotline, undermine legitimate criminal investigations, and freeze, not just chill, speech and the press. Silenced screams, the unseen jihad against Nigeria's Christians. Under U.S. President Joe Biden, the State Department removed Nigeria, a nation where one Christian is butchered every 2 hours, from the State Department's list of countries of particular concern. In a string of horrifying incidents, Nigeria has once again been rocked by violence perpetrated by various Islamic extremist groups and criminal gangs, leaving innocent civilians, particularly Christians, in fear and anguish. In the latest of these atrocities, Christian Emergency Alliance reports that over 200 women and children were abducted by Boko Haram militants while they were collecting firewood in the vicinity of Gamburu, Nagala, near Lake Chad. The incident underscores the ongoing threat posed by Boko Haram, notorious for its abducting of civilians, particularly women and children, in Nigeria's northeast region. In another shocking attack, 287 schoolchildren were kidnapped by Islamists from their school in Kaduna, further highlighting the vulnerability of educational institutionalists to extremists. Now, while some of these abducted students have been returned to their parents, unfortunately, guys, 275 of them have an uncertain fate that remains, casting a shadow of despair over their poor families and communities. Planned Parenthood struck deal to cash in on university's fetal tissue experiments, documents reveal. Apparently, experimenting on baby parts can be extremely lucrative. Now, the University of California's system of overall patent invention revenue for 2021 to 2022 amounted to more than $127 million. Abort giant Planned Parenthood maintained a relationship with the University of California, San Diego to exchange the body parts of abort babies for ownership of the university's patents and intellectual property created through experiments on them, according to documents obtained by the pro-life investigation group Center for Medical Progress. New evidence shows Planned Parenthood sells late-term aborts and takes the baby parts that are in violation of federal law for far more money than has ever been discussed before. CMP founder and president David Icke Deladin released a statement on the 8th admitting this. Planned Parenthood's national headquarters knew about and approved these sales of abort babies for valuable consideration as part of a government-funded research grant. Despicable. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Remember, if you can name the scripture in today's video, I'll pin your comment to the top and enter you in the draw at the end of the month for an Amazon gift card. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoy End Times Prophecy updates like this, please share and subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn on all post notifications so you never miss an event. Bless you all and your families.